Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, thank you for clicking and joining us, and welcome. We are working on our tea party journal. So I think that's going to look pretty good on our cover there. I'm going to keep moving my camera so I'm in and out of shot. I don't know where to go. So I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue them pockets in. And I went on Etsy and I went through and got some clip art. Let's see. 58 images. It was $164 when I bought it last night. And it is vintage teacup fussy cuts tea time scrapbook. And it was from Intelligent Art, I think is how you say that, Intelligent Art. So that was where I got that one from. And it has these beautiful clip arts. So say I don't want to cut this tag down, and I'm just going to use this just as, you know, a journal card bit anyways. But like on some of these other tags, where I was talking about doing like the 4 inches. And I probably am going to wind up cutting these, doing them 4 inches by 6 inches. Just, you know, I want some big tags. So these would fit on those. Let's see. Yeah, that would fit on them really good. So, and they're just beautiful. So I got those. And I said those would work great. And I'm pretty sure that they would do good in my Brother Scan & Cut. Sometimes things don't really do well in the Brother Scan & Cut if it doesn't have a true border around it. It'll pick up, like if it's white, it'll pick up the inside lines and that. But hopefully this will do good in it. I'm hoping it will. But those came from there. And, you know, of course, I got way too much. But, you know, this is probably not the only tea party journal we ever going to do. So we'll be fine. And then I got, I found these that matched, you know, the colors that we're doing. The pink and the teal. And it was Tea Time Tags. DYRU Graphics and Laser Art. And yeah, so it's DYRU Graphics Studio is the Etsy shop. And it was Tea Time Tags. And this is for, you know, I know several ladies have told me that they printed the same kit and, you know, doing, you know, we're all not making the same thing, but I like to show you all what I'm going to work on and where to find it. Because, you know, then that way we're all kind of working on the same thing, but we're not doing the exact same things. That makes sense. So I know several ladies that watch me, they'll get the kit and work along with me and share their stuff on Instagram. Like Miss Betty, she shares a lot of her stuff on Instagram. Miss Betty, you need to go ahead, honey, and start you a YouTube channel. I mean, just go ahead and do it to it, honey. You do some really good work on your Instagram. And feel free to post your Instagram in the comments for the ladies, okay? Because, you know, I'm not real good at linking stuff. All right, so this is the set, and it goes really well with this. It's just beautiful. So I said, well, we can use them. So that's 12 tags right there off the get-go that we ain't got to worry about making. Because I was wanting double tags and whoops, I was wanting double tags and a whatchamacallit, journal card bit. So then we'll have 2 tags per pocket and a journal card. It's what I'm wanting. So like if so that way, like, so see where this is a journal page, I'll put this pocket on there And then I'm adding the doilies in. That'll be a journal spot. So this in itself takes up where I put that pocket. Does that make sense? So just this alone takes up the space down here where I put the pocket to cover up a journal page. And then I will put, you know, 2 more tags in the pocket as well, 4 inches. Most of the time I like them 3 by 6 or 3 by 5, but these I'll probably do 4 by 6 tags. So I basically doubled that journal spot on that page by putting a pocket in there and putting tags and the doily in it. And then it's going to have a journal card in it as well. So we basically doubled, maybe tripled sometimes, by putting a pocket on a writing page, and you can still write on it. So that was my thinking. That's why, like on these pages here, you know, I think, and I know some people do this, they'll journal and do around, you know, and write around it. It's just so cool. And then those bits, you know, if you want to take your journal cards and you have more tags and memorabilia and stuff later on, you can take those journal cards that are in the kit that we're going to put in the pockets, if I can hang on to them, and on those pretty pages like that. So like this would be here, and you'd have the journal card in it. You can pull this journal card out and you can glue it and make yourself another pocket, which I thought about doing that, you know, and then you can do that. And then see, and on here, now this is something that I was thinking about. Let me see, where's that skinny piece at? Okay, so you see here in the middle where your paper, where your tie is, you can actually take and add you a partial piece underneath that. And I may do that in some of these. So you can take at least a 40-pound weight, or, you know, like a regular scrapbook paper, and you can run it underneath there and fold it, and that'd be like a flap of writing space. So I would put it under where the pretty was up and crease it, like, you know, fold it up and crease it. That would be a beautiful idea as well. I hadn't done that one, but that idea's, you know, just come to me to do stuff like that. So something that's not, you know, everybody's norm. You know what I'm saying? And I know most of my journals are kind of clean cut type journals. So I don't know. It hadn't got to fall, you know, and summer and springtime is, you know, light and airy, bright, you know, not real bright. And I have a hard time dealing with super duper, you know, ultra bright colors. It challenged me. It challenged me a bit. But like sunflowers and stuff like that, bees, you know, that's probably about the grungiest that I would get. All right, and this is Tea Time Clip Art Bundles, 36 included, and it was $174 when I got it last night. And I'm sorry, but the tags was $106 when I bought them, a set of 12. Where basically all you gotta do is cut them out, you know, and you can print on the back of them. I need to print on the back of them, and I'll probably do that here in a minute. And I got these from Digi Dream World, I think is how you would say that. Digi Dream World. And that is Tea Time Clip Art, 36 PNG included. And these are really pretty soft tone colors. So this was more geared towards this. These other ones, I like both of them. I like both sets. And this is what I was talking about, where, see, like it's got the sandwiches, you know, and the little finger sandwiches. I'm sorry, the little finger sandwiches and the, you know, all of that stuff. I was like, that would be cute. That's what I was wanting. Stuff like that. And then this also has You know, the cups are, and this is, I keep feeling it's on 110-pound cardstock. It feels super duper thick. This one, all the, you know, the cups are in the gold. So it kind of matches the kit. And see, look, just love that. And it's got the purpley bits and some yellows and blues. It's going to go well with it. And see, look, the little biscuits. Yep. Love that. So that's what I was wanting, like the little food bits to go with the tea party. So yeah, this kit was really pretty. And then I said I was going to, and I printed these. What I done was I put it on my printer, and I left clicked print. And I clicked where, like, you can have a whole page. You can have 2 5x7s. You can have 4 4x6s. You can have the 9 wallet size, and that's what this is. Or you can do, no, what is it? It's 9 3.5 by 5s, I think, and then there's a wallet size. But I did, that's how I printed. And then this one here is the 4x6 version of them. And some of it did cut some of the flowers off, but that's okay. That is just fine with me. So I did a couple of them like that with the bigger ones. Just in case I thought about, you know, just adding a little tuck spot somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And then those as well, you could take those. And I actually was thinking that these would be great for the tuck spots in another journal. So that's those kits. And I'm also going to do, tomorrow's video will be going through and cutting these out, because my friend Miss Maggie needs some help with her brother's scanning cut. Whoops, I'm sorry about that loud racket, honey. Sorry about that. But Miss Maggie said she needed some help with her brother's scanning cut. And I'm going to help you, Miss Maggie, in tomorrow's video. It'll be, this is Saturday, so it'll be Sunday's video. So I'm going to cut all of these fussy cuts out with y'all, okay? And I'll show you how to go through and adjust your settings and that on it that I've learned, and to cut things out. Okay? So we'll do that in tomorrow's video. So now for today, I'm going to put these bits in my box so I don't lose them. Put all these bits over here, because that's my fussy cut bits. These are bits that I need to add something to, or ink. And then I just got all my fussy cut bits to their self. See, like these little bitty tags, now I had them bend, you know, 2 inches by 3 inches. These were, you wouldn't have had to do nothing else to get tags. You would have had enough. But, I mean, it's, there's my finger. I mean, look, you see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the kit maker. The kit is beautiful. But, you know, for tag purposes, you know, you need tags. When she provided plenty of journal cards, and these little medallions are beautiful. And then love, love, love the little, all of the little stamp bits. So, put all of that up. And these here, you can take, you know, the words and cut and put up on papers and such. So that all came with the kit. So I'm going to put all of that in that box. Well, no, this needs to stay in this box with no lid on it. I'll get all that out of the way. But I just wanted to show y'all those fussy cut items in case the ladies that's, you know, working with the same kit. You know, if you were having some issues with, like, you know, the fussy cut bits or whatever you needed for tags and stuff, you can go grab those for fairly cheap, you know, and print them out. And you would have, actually, those teacups would make great tuck spots. Actually, they really would. So, like, instead of putting a card down, I would put, you know, the little teacup thing and put stuff in it. Shoot, that would be pretty, just making one with the little teacup cut aparts and putting doilies in behind them. It'd just be a beautiful little journal. Alrighty, so now, let's see. Let's get to work on this. I need to trim this down a bit. and get it in there. I'm just going to try my best to keep as much as the rose and the cut piece that I can. May wind up getting the handle just a smidge on this one. I'm going to try my best to get that top bit right there where I messed up. And I just took my paper and peeled it off my sticky mat. And instead of, you know, using my tool that came with it like I was supposed to, and it ripped the paper. And I have learned that on thicker cardstock, anything over 65 pounds needs to be, there's a different setting on the side you would need to put it up. It's like I think it says click it to a 2. So some of the times when I'm doing my fussy cuts and it's on 110 pound cardstock, I have to run it through twice to get it to cut completely out, just because the paper is so thick. Yeah, so that's going to be beautiful there with the little bits out off. Love it, love it, love it. Now, what is so funny, y'all, is if you all saw me in real life in person, I am not a girly girl. But, you know, I used to be the one, I wouldn't go out of the house without hair and makeup did to the nines, you know, just had to have everything look right, perfect, had to be done. I'm not like that no more. You know why? Because I got older and I'm like, what's the point? You know. And no, I don't let myself go, you know. I know I don't go color my hair anymore. You know, because my hair started turning gray when I was like, I don't know, 24, 25 maybe. Because I've always had like I have a reddish blonde hair. So, strawberry blonde, if you will. So, now my hair around my front of my face has always had like a blonde streak around my face. It's like a halo type looking thing. And it's not been very bright. You know, it all kind of blended in. But now when I would French braid my hair, that blonde strip would run down the middle of my French braid and be very noticeable. So, and see, then that's going to set that apart from the page. Love that. So, I used to play volleyball, softball, played basketball 1 year, and then my knee started swelling up and that, and I was like, no, I'm done with that. That was too much running, you know. So, I'm not going to put a pull on that because it's going to mess with my rose bits, so I'm just going to put it down. So, I would wear my hair, at some points, my hair would be down to, like, the top of your pants. Yeah, right at your pant line of your waistline. So I would braid my hair in a French braid to play my sports, you know, keep my hair up out of my face. And I would have that blonde strip run right down the middle of my French braid. All of these are dried out. That'd be fine. We'll use them. I ain't using Fabri-Tac tonight, but we can use these. I've forgotten, left them laying out. So, yeah. So, now, where those blonde strips were, the reason why I was getting into that long story was, now where the blonde strips used to be, it is gray. And it's been that way, like I said, since I was like, you know, probably like 24, 25. I mean, my hair started getting gray streaks in it. So I'm going to put that there, but I'm going to wind up putting, I'm going to put tags and a journal card bit there. We in frame somewhat. So I'll pull it to me when I'm working on a bit. And like I said, who knows, I might wind up just, you know, taking, like I said, and put the teacups on these middle pages here. I really do like that idea of putting paper through that. But then that means I'd have to go hunt some more paper, wouldn't it? Which ain't real far, you know, just turn around right behind me. And I didn't even pull out that rose box. Because, you know, I had enough bits already. So, we're just gonna do the edges on this real, you know, just keep the edges. If I can get them in there right. So today I'm just gonna get my pockets in. And then we're going to do that video tomorrow to show how I get my fussy cuts done on the Brother Scanning Cut. And then after that, we'll sit down and we'll run a couple through. And we'll sit down and try to make us up some tag bits. Get some tags and stuff going. Put that like that, yep. So yeah, I'm not girly girl by any means. You know, I like to wear my sweatpants and my sweatshirts. That's my favorite. Is to wear a sweatshirt with a hoodie and a pocket on it. It's because I don't never know what to do with my hands when I'm out in public. so I got a hoodie on that has, you know, a little pocket in the front. I know I can put my hands in there. And I'm not really what you would say is socially awkward. I just, you know, you're in public, you just stand there, you know, just like, I don't know what to do with my hands, so I just stick them in my hoodie. All right. Okay, so we need to trim this right here at that little rose bit, I think. Let's see, let's put it on 5. We'll do that and just trim it. Yep, there we go. We'll do that with it. So, I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know. My ink that's sitting right here in front of my face, probably. But, yep. So, I'll, and if I ain't in sweatpants and a hoodie, I'm usually, if I have the jeggings, like the jean leggings that Walmart has, I love those things. They are comfortable. For one, you know, like I said, I have a bad back, so the seam on the pant where it goes down your butt, you know, and it comes together in the back, that hits on a spot in my back that irritates me greatly and causes my legs to go numb, so I can't wear like regular blue jeans. So those jeggings, I like them pretty good as a blue jean. I just wish they had some that had like a boot cut bottom on the pant leg instead of like a skinny leg. I hate those skinny leg things, but that's, you know, that's all they had. So I'll wear those and a t-shirt. And if I go out to eat with the kids on the weekends, sometimes, you know, I might actually put on a nice mom shirt. You know, like a, not really a dressed up shirt, but, you know, just a nice mom shirt to go out to eat with them on the weekend. Or like Mother Day's, birthday, dinner, or something like that. But yeah, I used to, like I said, I used to would not go out of the house. I wouldn't step outside. I even put makeup on and did my hair up to go mow the yard when I was, you know, a teenager. Just because, you know, didn't want nobody seeing me not done up, you know. But now, you know, I feel that I'm not pretty, you know. I mean, I'm not not horrendously, awfully ugly, but I don't feel that, you know, I'm attractive anymore, or was ever, but, you know. So I'm like, well, you know, I'm not trying to pick up nobody. I really don't, you know, I have no desire or need to have a insignificant other anymore. I don't care about that. Go on, leave me alone. I'm done with the whole relationship bit. Just over it. You know, I can do bad all by myself. You know what I mean? Type situation. It's just the hurt and the pain of dealing with it. I just as soon as not anymore. And that's just where I'm at with relationship type situations. And then I was like, you know, and I know I'm talking kind of bad about myself at the not, you know, I don't feel that I'm attractive. I mean, I have pretty hair, I have pretty eyes. Other than that, that's about all I got going for me. I'm overweight, you know. but I'm happy in my overweight myself. I'm not, you know, obese, but, you know, I'm not an ideal weight for my age or my height, you know. But I am comfortable in my own skin, and that's fine with me. And, you know, that was one of the biggest things about doing YouTube videos, was I didn't want my face on the camera all the time, because a lot of times I'm in my pajamas, you know, because like I said, it's after I get off of work, or it's on the weekend, you know, and I'm just in my craft room crafting, you know. So I didn't want my face on the camera that much, and I was like, I really didn't even want to take a picture to put it up on my profile. But needless to say, all of that being said, this, you know, I love girly girl pretties. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm going with all this. I don't even know why I started on it, but this is, you know, I love this stuff. That's why I was like, this is very girly girl. You know, this is very feminine, and I can't say that word because I say very feminine. There you go. Feminine. But yeah, so, but I love pretty paper, and you know, and that's why I started doing this. Okay, we'll cut that off a bit, ink it up. But yes, but please don't, you know, don't think I'm just like putting myself down and woe is me. You know, I'm a realist, so I know what I am and what I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, you know, toadstool ugly, but I'm not, you know, Miss America Beautiful either. And I think my voice is annoying, so if, bless y'all for who watch me every day, you know what I'm saying? So, just, yeah, bless y'all's little hearts for watching me every day and putting up with my voice, because I'm like, is that really what I sound like? God, that's awful. No wonder, you know, no wonder nobody wants to stay with me long enough. If I had to sit and listen to somebody's voice sound like that all the time, I wouldn't stay around either. No. Oh, they'll stay around as long as you let them sponge off of you. Most of them will nowadays, I'll tell you that. But you know what? I'm not a sponge magnet. That's. And then what, I was talking with my girls one day, and they was like, Mom, you ever think about trying to be in a relationship? Nope. Because, you know, and I told them, I said, I'm not talking bad about myself, but, you know, yeah, I work, and I work a lot, you know, and I take care of myself, pay my own bills, you know, and help take care of my mama and keep the house stuff going and pay for, you know, things around here and stuff like that, and groceries and car bits and stuff, you know, all of that stuff, pretty much, you know. And I was like, for one, I don't need a relationship because I feel like I'm in one with her, but I don't care for it anymore. The headache of it, you know, I'm set in my own ways. I want to sit in here in my bedroom with my door closed and play with my paper. You know, if you want to go to bed, go to bed. I'm not stopping you from going to bed. And that used to be an argument. It really did. It used to be an argument. Well, I'm ready to go to bed. Well, go on. I ain't stopping you. Go to bed. We're husband and wife. We're supposed to go to bed together. If you sleepy, go lay down. I mean, you know, just go on. Leave me alone. And that's why I say I've always been very strong-minded, very strong-willed, and I guess that's my problem. I don't know. But yeah. So if you want to go to sleep, buddy, go lay down. I'm crafting, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I was scrapbooking. Scrapbooking my baby's pictures. When they were babies. Well, I feel like you're not interested in me. Well, I feel like you're aggravating me right now. Not really, but, you know, it was just, I don't know. Like, I had no me. You know, there was Mom Lori, work Lori, then, you know, housewife Lori, who didn't have any help, and then I was supposed to be the, you know, hold your hand for you to go to sleep. And then I had the third baby, and I had started sleeping on the couch because I couldn't. He kind of didn't want, you know, the baby monitor on. And I was like, well, I kind of want the baby monitor on, you know, because she was a little monkey. She'd climb out of her bed. But she could, at 6 months old, she'd climb out of her bed, and I was afraid she's going to get hurt. So I started sleeping on the couch in the living room, or waiting for them to fall asleep. And then, you know, I worked 12-hour shifts. I come home, I cook supper, I wash clothes, you know, I washed the dishes, and then I gave all the kids a bath, washed up the clothes, put the clothes up, you know, and I'd be lucky to go to bed most nights around, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning and be back up at 6 o'clock, get the kids ready, and go to work, and work 7 to 7. And I was pretty much, you know, I was doing all that by myself. Yeah. But I'm supposed to, you know, go to bed when you want to. Nope, you're not my daddy. You don't own me. You know, somebody needs to make sure that the baby don't fall out of the bed on her head when she climbs out of the bed every night, or tries to attempt to escape from her crib. You know, so then we got a different crib to put her in. She wound up sleeping in one of the little toddler beds with the bars on it, so she could get in and out of the bed, because she was a night owl too. But she's funny. She would go and crawl around the house you'd be hunting for. She'd be laid out in the middle of the hallway asleep. You get to missing her, that's where she's at. In there in the hallway asleep. I don't think I do want to ink out. I think that's just going to be pretty right there, because we're going to put, you know, something behind it. But anyways, that's, you know, sure, it feels like it was 100 years ago. Really does. And I honestly, I don't know how I done it back then. I really don't. guess, it was, I had to. Somebody had to do it. Somebody needed to do it, and they were my babies, so I was going to do it, Then when we separated, they wound up going to stay with him for a time because I was going through some bad mental state for a period of time. And wasn't with the healthiest of relationships. And I was, to the point of I was smart enough to know my kids didn't need to be around those relationships. And then I thought that I had married somebody that was going to, be a team player, basically, not just me provide and do and them just reap the benefits, type person. But I know he was a apron string mama's boy in disguise. After we got married, his mom and daddy put a for sale sign in the house that we were living in, and so decided they were going to sell everything they owned up here and go back to Florida. And he thought I was going with him, and I told him he's crazy. Nope, that ain't happening. Even though I had, they wasn't really a custody issue, because, I had them all the time. Their daddy had them, he chose the custody thing, which was if I needed a babysitter for me to work, I was to call him first. And that was the custody thing in writing. But anyways, so, like I said, up until the oldest was in like 5th or 6th grade, it was all me, all the time, all me. And then when the youngest was in, I want to say, it was the summer that the oldest one started driving, when she was 16. So, I mean, I was still there, still seeing them, still coming to get them, still having weekends, still doing stuff like that. But they weren't in my care all the time, 24/7, like they had been. And I know that was rough on my kids. It was rough on me. It broke my heart. And I still cry about it till this day, because I'm sorry, y'all. Whew, get it together, lady. Because to me, I feel like that, my kids suffered because me and their dad weren't together. And my kids, they didn't have like a, an abusive childhood. They just didn't have mom and daddy together, And then, mama wasn't there all the time. Daddy wasn't there all the time. So, like I said, I feel like, that I wasn't Mother of the Year. But I love my kids. And I felt like I needed to provide material things for them, more than my actual physical presence. And it's took me till I got older to understand that, because my dad done us the same way. I mean, like if they had, I didn't go watch my son play football at all, because if I saw somebody tackle him and hit him, just the rage in me that somebody hit my kid and hurt them, I couldn't contain myself. So that's why I didn't watch him play football games. I was so proud of my son for playing football and doing as well as he did, but I could not see somebody else hit my child. I just couldn't do it. Ooh-wee. I couldn't go watch somebody tackle him and hit him or whatever, because I would just fly the loose, boy. And I told him, and he's like, why don't you come watch me? And I was like, because I can't, Jaden. If I see somebody hit you, then you just don't understand. That's a rage that I just could not contain and couldn't control. We just couldn't do it. I was like, I know, you know, because I played sports. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he played sports, and he's glad he did. But I just, the physical contact sports, somebody else running and hitting your kid, and them laying there hurt, like he got his leg broke in his freshman year. And he had took a senior spot on the line is what had happened, and the senior kind of didn't like it and kind of paid him back and practiced and broke his leg, I guess. Well, it kind of wasn't that way, but it kind of was. So, you know, had I went and watched that Midnight Madness practice, like, you know, that here August the 1st they can start practicing. So everybody, you know, goes and lines up and our football field is like down in a bowl, and then there's a hillside all the way around it. So everybody goes and lines up all the way around the football field and at the top of the hill and turns their lights on, and the kids practice for 3 hours. As soon as it hits 12 o'clock August the 1st, where they can have their first official football practice, other than, you know, going weighting and conditioning and stuff like that. They can actually have their first contact practice August the 1st. So they went and done that, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it, Jaden. I cannot, because if somebody hits you and hurts you, Mama's going to jail. And that's what happened. And him and that fella wound up to be really good friends. And that little fella, bless his heart, he passed away a little bit after he had graduated high school. We had a real bad storm come through our area, and a tree fell on his house, and it was so pitiful, so sad. And all them boys that played football with him came to his funeral. All of them came, because he was a good kid. He really was. But anyways, so yeah, I'm just telling y'all all kinds of mess tonight, breaking down and crying, and, you know, just whew. But yeah, my kids, I love them to death. My babies, you know. I don't know. I tried to be different with my kids than my parents were with me. Because, you know, like I said, I know my parents have issues of themselves. And they try to put their beliefs off on us. And then try to push them off on my children. And that's when we have issues. Because, you know, we taught our kids not to hate anyone. So, everyone is created equal until they give you a reason for you to believe that they aren't equal to you. If they do you wrong, you don't do them wrong, you get away from them. If they physically harm you, you physically harm them back. And that's, you know, that's how I taught my children to be. And I know that may be wrong, you know, with the physical harm or whatever, but that was, you know, take up for yourself. Don't let nobody run you over, you know what I mean? Now, their dad, you know, he whipped them with a belt and that, and I didn't agree with that. I whipped my kids, you know, for a little bit, and I quit whipping them because I knew that, like I said, you know, I had mental health issues myself, and when I get mad, I get mad. So I was like, you know, I'm not going to whip my children anymore. I'm just going to take things away from them, you know. And I think that's going to hurt them. And it did. So I was like, you know, that's the best thing I can do, because I love my kids, and I don't want them to hate me for disciplining them in a manner that they shouldn't have been disciplined in. But now I'm going to tell you, my children know that when I look at them a certain way, or say, you know, their name in a tone, it's hush it up, set it down, and nothing else is to be said. But now their father, he, like I said, you know, he would whip them over stupid stuff that I would be, you know, well, that's just dumb. Why'd you whip him over that? And a lot of times it was because he missed a date with his new wife or whatever. That kind of stuff, which is, you know, just stupid. So he went on and married a family friend of mine that I grew up with. We kind of grew up like we were all, you know, cousins type. Spent the night at her house, and, you know, spent the night at my house, and, you know, our families had Christmas together, you know, stuff like that. You know, so we grew up as family. So when all the issues were going on between me and my first husband, the kid's dad, I thought she was my friend. She was the nurse where I worked. We all worked there. I was in the knitting department, and I was literally feeling like I was having a nervous breakdown. I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't function. I couldn't do nothing because I found out he was talking to someone else on the internet. 2 years later, come to find out it was her. Yes, ma'am, it was. So, after we had separated, and we, you know, lied to me, lied to our kids, told our kids that her name was something else for 2 years, mind you. So then he's like, I'm going to tell you, I need to talk to you and tell you something. It's like, okay, I thought, you know, something was serious wrong with, like, his health or whatever, you know, or what have you. I don't know. Because, you know, he's like, a serious conversation. I need to have a serious conversation with you. Okay. So we met. And he sat down and told me, he's like, I need to talk to you and tell you who I've been seeing. I was like, I thought you said her name was Sarah, some school teacher that teaches at your sister's kids' school. Well, he said, no, her name's not Sarah. And I was like, okay, so, well, what is her name then if it ain't Sarah? You know? And he's like, you know, he said her name. And I was like, who? And he said again. I said, he goes, you seem like you're happy with the person that you're with. And what was so funny was my person and his person had the same name. It was a girl with a name and a guy with a name. And they had the same name. And my person and his person that had the same name, their moms had the same name. And that blew my mind. That was, you know, quinkadinkle not. But anyways, so he's sitting there telling me all this, you know, and I'm like, you need to get away from me. And I said a lot of choice words, a lot of, you know, a whole bunch of choice words. You need to get away from me is all I could say. Because I wanted to reach out and touch him so bad. I really wanted to reach out and touch him a lot. So I was like, no. Because like I said, you know, when I was going through that and had found out and didn't know who it was, that he'd been meeting some lady at the park with my kids while I was working 12-hour shifts. I mean, come on, dude. Really? Yeah. So I found all of that out, you know, and then, yeah. Boy, So, and that stuff, you know, that's built up that I pushed under the rug, hadn't dealt with, just sucked it up and went on because, you know, I'm strong, you know. I'm the strong one, which at that point in time, I had to be the strong one for my kids. You know, and then it's like, as the years went on, my kids got older, they got into doing sports and got into doing school stuff with their friends and this and that. It's like, I don't know, it's like I had time for it to sink in and to think about it. Yeah. And I still wake up now and still think about things now. And this has been years and years later. Like, my baby girl, when we separated, she was about to turn 3 the year that we separated, and her birthday's in March. So that's how long ago this has been. She's 21 now. So, I mean, I'll have dreams and wake up and just be bawling because I had some kind of dream of something that happened, you know, back then. And I quit going to counseling because I couldn't deal with the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because when I have hurt emotions, it comes with rage. Does that make sense? So I was like, you know, I really can't do this counseling bit because I'm going to wind up hurting somebody. Because it's just bringing all this stuff back, and I think about things and like, oh yeah, well now that makes sense. The reason why this was happening and he was here and she was there, that makes sense now. You know, and then I just get mad. I'm like, oh, you were so blind. Why didn't you see it? You know, that type of stuff. Yep. But yeah. So that was with the first husband, the kid's dad. The second husband, which, you know, like I said, was was the same name as his person. He was a good fella up until we got married. And then he decided that he wanted to pop pills. And he decided that he wanted to quit his job the day that I was going to sign, that we were supposed to go sign for our house. He went and quit his job and decided that he was going to eat pain pills. I don't know. Like the threat of him having to, you know, leave his mama, you know, just sent him into a panic. I don't know what the heck happened. And I was just like, no, dude, we're not doing this. No. So, I was like, you need to get you another job. And, you need to straighten yourself out. So at that time, I was working a different place. I started back working at a fast food chain, and I was having to travel for my job, and I was, you know, like a boss, like a upper boss. Had I think 15 stores at the time that I was over, and so, you know, I get home, I'd have to be there around 8 or 8:30. So I'd take the kids to school. I'd get home. I'd be home somewhere around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And come home one night. Well, actually, I didn't even get home. The kids called me because Jordan had a cell phone just in case something happened. Yeah, because it's my kids. I don't trust nobody. Now, mind you, his mom and dad are in the same house, you know, upstairs. We're all downstairs. Well, the kids were in the basement or downstairs in the, whatever it is, the rec room or what have you, you know, the TV and all this and that. And he picks my son up by his arm and puts a bruise on him. Well, he wound up falling down the steps that night in his sleep. I couldn't tell you what all happened. And then I moved in at my mom's. And then after that, I was, you know, just not in good relationships and not in a steady environment to have children in. Which, I mean, you know, we had a house, and I had a house, and had a house. And then I lost my job. And then I was trying to get my disability going at one point in time. And then I was like, you know, I'm never going to be able to see my kids if I don't try to find some type of job or do something, because I can't, you know, can't not see my kids. So then I started this job that I work at now. And things got better for a time. And then things went straight downhill after that. Because that's when I thought, you know, I could go to counseling, I could deal with it, blah, blah, blah. No, I could not. That just sent me into a frenzy. I couldn't deal with it at all. I think I'm just going to leave that where it's a tuck like that. But, yeah, so that's pretty much my life story. And then my son, he got his, like I said, he got his leg broke, and I was just like, yeah, that's why I can't come watch you play football, honey, because if I was there, I would have hurt that kid. I mean, I know it's, you know, practice, whatever, but I would have hurt him. Because all I would have seen was red, and you hurt my boy, and it would have been on. My kids turned out really, really good. All of them's hard working. All of them, you know, did well in school. Now the baby girl, she learns different because she has a little bit of dyslexia, and she has ADHD. But it's not debilitating. It's just she has the distraction factor. You know, she's easily distracted. Which I am too. You know, everybody is from time to time. I mean, you know, you have the squirrel effect. You know what I'm saying? But now she had issues when she was in grade school. And a lot of it was because she was a social butterfly, you know, and some of her classes, they were not, at that point in time when she was younger, they really weren't catering to disabilities as such. Now, as time got older, when she got into high school, she found, you know, teachers that understood and, you know, paid attention to how she learned, and started making A's and B's. But now she wasn't, you know, she wasn't failing, but she wasn't on A and B honor roll like her older siblings were, and her father had issues with that and decided that he was going to whoop her and, you know, say a bunch of stuff, you know, to her about she wouldn't even get into college, much less graduate college. She wasn't even going to graduate high school. And we had a round about that. And she was talking about that this evening. But now, she has 4 degrees. Count them, 4 degrees from college. The oldest one has 2 degrees from college. And I think she actually has an online degree. I'm not sure. Jaden has a honing, like where you do metal type stuff. A honing certificate. He didn't finish college, but he has one. He has a certification certificate for honing of some type of metal, something. But he was like, you know, it's just, I'm tired of going to school. It's just not for me. He's like, I'm done with it. I was like, okay. Yeah, because college is not for everybody. Oops, sorry about that. Contrary to what everyone says, college is not for everyone. And, you know, and I told him, I was like, you know, I understand. If you don't want to go, that's fine. I'm not going to make you go, but you were too smart, you know, not to. I said, go, try it. If you don't like it, then, you know, find something else. Maybe, you know, maybe you need to do a different course. He's like, no, he said, I'm really, Mama, I'm done with school. He said, I'm really just done with it. He said, I don't want to go. It's okay. I said, you know, maybe later on, down the line, you get into a job or what have you, you know, you might want to go, you know, do something else. He said, maybe. He said, but right now, no, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm tired of school. And I think a lot of that was him and his girlfriend, that they had been boyfriend and girlfriend all throughout his high school and into their college, wound up cheating on him. And I think he was just And he was seeing her every day, every day, every day, every day. He's like, he was seeing her every day at school or at college, and I think that was the biggest thing. But I know at some point in time, he had a scholarship to go play at a different college and down close to where my sister lives. And he wanted to do it, but he didn't want to do it. He just told me he was tired of playing football. And he was tired of being hurt. He was tired of hurting. And I was like, well, that's up to you, Jaden. And if you want to go, I mean, we can try to get the money to get you there, you know. And he said he didn't want to. And I said, well, that's up to you. But if you want to go, I will try my best to get you the money so you can go. And he said he was just tired of playing. 3 inches is going to be too long for that. See, let's do 2.5 on the belly band. So y'all are just getting a lowdown on a bunch of stuff tonight. I don't even know why I'm into talking about this. I'm going to rewatch it just to see what started me in on this mess. So I think I want to do that. Yeah, we need a bigger strip than that, don't we? Yeah, we'll put you back over here to use you for something else. But yeah, so then he was fine, and he's doing really well. The oldest daughter is doing really well. The baby girl's doing really well. So everybody's doing good. And I said, I just wish, you know, things were different for them in their childhood, where they actually, you know. But I say that, but then in two, I would not want my kids to have grown up in a home where mom and daddy were physically fighting each other all the time. That wouldn't have been the thing for them to see either. And that was one of the biggest reasons why I was like, you know, you can pack your stuff and go, because what's going to wind up happening is I'm going to wind up hurting you. So you can just get on out of here. Now my fingers just won't stick to everything. So yeah, we got our pockets and belly bands and all that stuff done, and I told you pretty much my adult life story and the reason why I'm crazy. And if you're new here, please don't take this video as to what happens on my channel all the time. And like I said, I don't know what brought on me talking about all of this, but there it is. I feel like I'm talking to my friends, you know. I think my mama watches them. I think my sister does. I don't know if any of my kids watch it. I think Jordan does every once in a while when she's got Moonbeam over. They watch videos, but I think Jordan was actually my 100 subscriber. My daughter was. And when I saw that she was subscribed and I said it was 100, and I was like, look at that. My own youngin' didn't even subscribe to me. Ain't that something? But no, I told him I was going to do a channel, but I really didn't be like, well, you need to go subscribe. You know, no, it wasn't nothing like that. Let's see. I want to round these corners. It just looks a little harsh. But yeah. Oops. There we go. Did I get it? Nope. I moved it. Oh. I don't know why all of them but that one corner every time. There we go. It could have been because I might have had my finger over it, because I have done that too. Okie dokie. Well, we got our pockets, and ooh, look at that. See, it's just bubbling out, gushing out. What are you doing, Fabri-Tac? Goodness. See, and it just keeps on doing it. And that's good, because I need it to do it now, because I'm going to use it. Now watch, it won't come out. Alright, so while I got it in this hand, let's put it down. Or try our best to put it down. Do I want it over this way? Kinda do. I kinda do want it over that way. Oh, it's done reached and grabbed, ain't it? Come on. I don't know, I actually like it like that. Is it straight-ish? I think so. Alright, I'm going to put the Fabri-Tac up and work on the fine-tuning bits with the white glue. And this is the last one. The last pocket in the book, or tuck spot, whatever, belly band. Did you see me just flip that around there? Now I got quiet, I'm concentrating, sorry. So after, well, to finish up that, whole long situation, I think, about not having a relationship or whatever. So after I moved back in at Mama's this last time, like, my oldest two came, the oldest daughter came, because she was getting fussed at for working night shift. She had to be off, and she was, she was going to high school and working and paying her own way for everything. Her own car insurance, everything. She paid all of that. And then, she needed help with stuff or whatever. She didn't ask for help, but, So, with really no financial support or help from her father and her stepmother, but now was being told constantly that she needed to be home by 9 o'clock, because that's when the stepmama wanted them home. So she's like, well, I need to work because, you know, I've got bills to pay, and I'm paying for this and that and other for college, and, you know, she's doing this and that and other, and she's going to work. So she said, well, I'm going to stay with my mama. So she moved over here. And then a little bit after that, my son moved over here because they tried to tell him what he could and couldn't do, and him working and paying for his own stuff too. And then there was a situation with his girlfriend to where they went through, and like I said, you know, these kids were together for 4 years. Well, by the time they broke up, it was like almost 5 years, 4 or 5 years. And they read any and every personal message these two children had sent to each other, their whole relationship. Complete violation of privacy, yes. Was highly peed off about that. Because they didn't like his girlfriend, which I didn't like her either, but, you know, I'm not dumb. You know, you don't tell a child that you don't like their significant other and expect them to be like, well, okay, I'm going to break up with them. Nope. You know, because for one, he is of my bloodline, and we're gonna prove you wrong, and that's got me into a lot of mess. Because, you know, just because you don't like them don't mean nothing to me. I like them. So, but I didn't like her either because she reminds me of their stepmama, who's nicey in your face, but, you know, secretly while you're sitting there crying the blues, thinking you're going nuts because you found out your husband was cheating on you. And guess what? You're the one she's doing it with. He's doing it with. You know, that type of person. Yes, that's what she is. Snake in the grass. But anyways, so they didn't like his little girlfriend and all this and that. So he moved over here. And then the baby girl, she moved over here. Just because she wanted to. And basically she was being used as, you know, a dog pet person. Take care of the dogs. And so then when she got her own dog here, and, you know, she has to be here to help take care of him. She didn't have a way back and forth over there, you know, to take care of the dogs there, and he can come over here and take care of the dog. When they, you know, wanted to go on a vacation or go out of town or what have you, then they took her off the insurance. So now she didn't have insurance because, you know, she didn't do what they wanted. And that, yeah, that's them. But, you know, on Facebook, you know, they're the happy family couple. You know, they're all about the family. But whatever. I shouldn't have said that on here. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't care if they watch. That's my true feelings. Anybody can be Facebook family. You know what I'm saying? Post pictures of the holidays. How so happy our family is when it's not. That's why I don't post personal pictures and stuff like that. Because, you know, my family is happy. I don't need to tell the world about it. Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for listening to me babble and be my therapist for tonight. I hope I don't get a bill in the mail. Alright, so there's our pockets. I think it's going to be pretty. I think that's going to be cute. I am going to fold up more of these to put in the, you know, the pockets, probably not the tuck spots. I don't think I'm going to put them in the tuck spots, but the actual pocket pieces I will. Okie doke. So we got that done for tonight. And then I think, like I said, I'm going to do a video tomorrow showing how to use the Brother Scan and Cut with the fussy cut situation, and how you can adjust your grayscale and your color scale to help in the smoothing parts of it. It's a place on it called smoothing that'll help, you know, not do the inside of all the little thing, and it'll just do the outside. Alrighty, thank you all so much for listening and being there, and thanks a lot, y'all. Y'all have a good night.